Alright, folks, how are you all? So we are back with a new video. Today topic is about wallet and invalid turtle soup. Wallet and invalid turtle soup. Okay, and we will discuss about the TBS and TWS turtle week soup. What are the rules for it, and what are the rules for invalidation of these two? Okay, so first we will talk about that. We have already did that, and for second lecture, that TVS is something like when a body breaks something like resistance or a support, and then immediately reverse. And total weak sweep is something like it breaks very weak and then close beneath the level. Okay, so it is just a total weak sweep. So now there are some rules for this total body soup or total weak soup, and these rules make these two things valid. Okay, I will discuss them one by one, so you will get all the things. At the end, we will also see the live chart examples. Okay. Okay, so the first rule for the TBS is for candle should break recent high or a recent low with the thick body candle. What I mean by that, for example, you have a high here. Okay, for example, you have a high here. Okay, so you mark this high. Okay, and after that, for example, candle comes and closes above this resistance or a recent low. Okay, I will give it a green color. So when you see this candle, it have a big fat thick candle body, and then the wick. So this is a pure and a valid turtle body soup. Okay, it also have some other rules. So this is just one rule. Okay, you should keep this in mind. And this is also for the bearish. Okay, for example, you have a low here. Okay, a market will come and closes below this level with a thick candle. Okay, with a thick body candle. Market is a red candle. Okay, like if you see, it will have huh, lower wicks than the body of this candle. So the first rule is the body must be thick of that candle with break the recent low or recent high. Okay. Okay. So the second rule is there must be 2 to 6 candles in between the recent high or low candle and TVS candle. What I mean by that, for example, I will first draw the diagram here. So for example, when you see here, okay, this was the recent high. Okay, give me the green color to this candle. Okay, so now the market come back down. Okay, and then break this level. Okay, so now if you see this whole area, you will see just there are only 3 candles in between the TBS and a recent high candle. Okay, just remove this candle and remove the break or TBS candle. Just count the middle candles, okay? In between these 2 candles, which make the high or which candle do the turtle soup. Just count these middle candles. If it is 2 or 2 to 6 candles, not 1 candle and no more than 6 candles. If there is 1 candle in between this range, okay, then it will be invalid. If there is more than 6 candles in between this range, then it is what? Invalid. Okay. So this was the second rule for this. The same case for the bearish setup, vice versa. Okay, so the third rule for the TVS rules. is a price should must reverse immediately and closes below the TBS gap. What I mean by that? For example, TBS is happened with you with this candle, okay? So if it is happened to the upside, then you will mark the low of this candle, okay? So it did a turtle soup, okay? So now the market should must reverse immediately, okay? Market should must immediately and closes below this low of the TBS candle. If the price consolidate too much, okay, and come here down and then just make a weekend closes above this level and just doing consolidation here, then it is a valid setup, but not a high probability setup. Then it is a completely weak setup, okay? Then you will don't take this trade, okay? If price immediately reverse and closes below this candle and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, then it will be valid. You will take this setup. But if takes there 6, 7 candles or five, say 5 candles to be and didn't close below this level, okay, and just come here and just leave the wick here and close it above this level, then it is a completely weak setup, okay, weak. So you will also don't take this setup as well. And the same case for the there is a bullish setup. No, vice versa. So these are the rules for the turtle body suit. The valid turtle body suit. If there is any rules missing in the trade, then you then just know that this trade is just a trap or it is a fake turtle soup. Okay, then you will don't take that setup. Okay, so for example, I will show you in the chart the live examples here. Okay, for example, if you see here, let me show you. If I found anyone, I will show you then. Okay. Yes, for example, here market breaks this high, okay, recent high with a thick body. Just see the candle of this, the body of this candle, it is very thick. So it is a complete TBS. Okay, so now we will count the candles between this candle and this high one candle. So we will count it. We have one candle and we have second candle, third candle, fourth candle, fifth, sixth, and we also have a seventh candle. So it is just an valid setup. Okay. Now we will move to the next and find another one. Yes. If you see this, the market breaks this high. Okay. Market did what? Just count this candle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Market breaks it directly with the high. So it is a valid setup. Okay. It is just a valid setup. I also have a best thing to say you in the end of the video. I will share it with you. Just see here what happened. Market come here. Okay. Let me just remove all the things to make it clean. Market also do TBS here. Okay. So if you see that how many candles are there between these, we have two candles. So it is a valid. Okay. Market also break with the thick body. Okay. So another rule is valid. Market also reversed and closed above this candle. This is a valid setup. So now when we're gonna enter, as market close below this candle, we will directly enter here. Okay, and we will put our stop loss here and targeting the opposing liquidity. And our opposing liquidity is this level. Okay, and you can see how did this trade play. Okay, so I will also find the another one. Okay, just see here, market break it and just count the candles. Here we got the turtle body soup. Okay, TBS, and count the candles. We have two candles, so it is valid. Market also reversed immediately. It closes below this candle. Okay, so this is what a completely valid setup. If you want, then you can take trade immediately after this, because sometimes price didn't retrace. If you want, you can also take the trade on the retracement, like it just ticked here and then price reversed immediately. So you will target the opposing liquidity. You can also target here or see the liquidity back on the chart. But the logical target will be here. This is the opposing liquidity also with the trend. So I will show another example also. Okay. So just see here. Okay. We got body close PBS. Okay. We got how many candles? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is valid. Okay. So now we will wait to closes below this candle low. Okay. As market closes below this candle. Okay. We will take a trade and stop loss will be the high. Okay. And the target will be the opposing liquidity, and you have opposing liquidity here. So 1:5 in just few minutes. Sorry, in a few hours, it is 1 hour chart. So this is the power of turtle soup. Okay, just a turtle soup. We will don't use turtle wick soup in this strategy. Okay, we will don't use turtle wick soup to this TWS in this strategy. Okay, it is, you can also use that, but the win ratio of that TWS is very low. Okay, that's why we are using the TBS. The logic behind the high probability of TBS, I will discuss it later in the videos. Okay, so now just take it in your mind that he will use just turtle body soup in our trading strategy with CRT. Okay, so now coming back to the chart, and I will show one more example and we will end this video. Okay, so turtle soup also fails sometimes. Don't think that it is 100%. Nothing is 100% in this industry, bro. Okay, so now market break this recent high with the thick handle. You can see the candle thickness. Okay, we got TBS. And now count the middle candles. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we got 6 candles, so it is completely valid. Okay, so this was our candle. So what the reason behind that? Why I took this candle? And I will discuss the models in the next video. So you will come to know that why I take this candle as a entry. So as price comes and closes below this, I will take trade. Okay, and stop loss above here and targeting opposing liquidity. We have opposing liquidity here, and now you can see that is your choice. 1:3 easily. Okay, so this was just rules for the valid and invalidation of this TBS. Okay, so now I am sharing just one more thing with you. If you are still watching this video, thank you. Okay, so whenever price comes at high, okay, this was the recent high. So if market comes up, okay, if market comes up and closes below this level, okay, and do what turtle wick soup. Okay, it did a turtle wick soup at first, but after that it closes the candle with the body above this level. So will you take this as a valid TBS? Will you take this as a valid TBS setup or a trade? No, you will don't take this trade. Market already touched wick to the recent high and then break it. So it is a completely invalid setup. It also works sometimes, but it is very, very, very low probability setup. Okay. So whenever market touch wick with the last recent high or low with the and if you and after that market also closes the body and the next candle. So it is a completely invalid setup. Okay. So that was the thing you should keep in mind. And we will upload next video on the entry models. See you then. Bye.